Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. In today's episode, we are actually going to be working over here in Woodsong, specifically right here. A couple episodes ago, and during a live stream, we built this road that leads all the way from Woodsong over to Regnum, way over there. And in today's episode, I'd like to build a bridge that crosses this river and allows you to, make your way across without having to go for a swim. Because that's, not exactly the best situation when you have to go for a swim to cross the river when you're on your travels and stuff like that. So that's what I want to do in today's episode. I've got some materials with me in my shulker box. Let's just kind of plop this down, I don't know, right here, I guess. And actually, come to think of it, I probably should have brought some grass with me, because I think I want to terraform this a little bit to get rid of some of this sand. Yeah, let me run back and grab some grass real quick. I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, I am back, and I've got the stuff that I need, so I think we'll be in good shape. Let's just swing over here, and let's start plopping down some blocks. I'm just going to put these shulker boxes over here, I think. This is, this location will work just fine. So, I've got some spruce, I've got some oak, and I've got some cobble and stone brick. And I think those are going to be the materials that we're going to use to make this bridge, because I want it to kind of fit within the general feel and theme of Woodsong. So, let's grab some spruce logs to start with, and let's just kind of think about where this road is currently. Right now it's right here. I think this is going to get peeled back a bit, and I think the bridge is going to go essentially like right here. So let's maybe put down a block here and there just to kind of mark this out a bit. And then over here we'll put down a block there and there. And that should do. Now, is that wide enough, or do I want to make that wider? I'm kind of thinking I might want to go a little bit wider with this. Make it, because it's a larger river. So I'm thinking maybe we want to go with a larger, wider bridge, right? A walkway of 5. I think that would be a little bit better. I think it would have a better feel to it. So now we need to figure out just how far this distance is, because we need it to be a number that we can easily divide. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 blocks is what it looks like. So I think we're probably going to want to stretch that back. Let's say maybe we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right here we'll make a post. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means we'd want to post right there. Right? That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then this post would go right there. And that will give us a bridge that's nice and evenly spaced out, I think. And we can get rid of some of these other ones. So I think that will do. Let me get all the posts in place, and I'll come back. Okay, so all the posts are in place, and I think that's all good. So now what we want to do, I think we're going to bring the ones on the end over here. I think we want to bring those up to be 2 tall. And then I'm kind of thinking we'll go higher with these ones in the middle. I'm thinking we're going to have kind of like an arched bridge, which will be good. Let's grab some oak. Do I have a crafting? Yeah, I've got a crafting table right here. Let's make some oak slabs. And let's start putting down some blocks a bit. I'm thinking we'll say right here. Okay. And we'll give it like a a slope like this, probably. So, kind of coming up at this sort of little, I don't even know, an angle in which it will work. Now, it's going to be a little weird symmetry-wise. Because this is 5, and if we're going up 2s, it's going to end up being a little wonky. But I think maybe we can make that work. Let's see. Maybe what we should do is kind of start over here, right? And we'll go there, and then up, and then here, and then up, and then there, because that would basically give us like a slope of 3, and then this is the center, basically. So if we started it here and then brought it up right here, yeah, I think this could work in a way where it's still at least mostly symmetrical. There. Yeah. I think that'll work. So then we just need to fill all of those in. Okay, that seems about right. That seems pretty good. I think that's going to be where we want it. Let's just fill in these little bits here behind, and one right there. And I think that's all of the ones I'm missing. Pretty sure. Yeah, but like that seems to be a good shape. I think we'll go with it. So then, we're going to want to bring these guys up. Probably 2 more, right? Let's see how that looks. That seems good as well. Good. And then, as far as adding along the side here, I'm kind of thinking we'll go maybe spruce like this. And then that would come here as well. Like that could work. Very simple, but yet effective. How does that look? And then here, it would basically go like so. Yeah, that works. I'm good with that. Okay, let's go across here. And then there. Just to kind of emphasize that, I think. Actually, no, that needs to come up. Well, or maybe we could leave it down like that. And then up here we could put fences, perhaps? Do we prefer that, or... Because it would be kind of nice to have some fences along the bridge, I think. But, at the same time, this would emphasize the shape of the bridge a little bit more. Although then we get this kind of weird thing going on right here that looks a little funky. Where you can see the underside of the bridge, like there's no depth there. And I don't think I care for that too much. The weird part is, the thing is, like right here, we have this transition right in between the posts. So we can't put fences along here. Like, that's not going to work. So we need to figure out a way to do this in which we either can include fences along the entire bridge, or just go with some sort of a slab design. Maybe we'll start I think we'll start with it like we're doing it now, okay? And we'll give this a try. I'll build the entire bridge like this, and we'll see if we like it, and if we don't, then we'll go back and change it. That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Is that right? I feel like that's... Oh, because that slab's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be here. And then this would come up right there. Aha! We have it. Okay. Here. And there. And then, as we said, we'd have this kind of peek out like so. So I think that'll work. Okay, let me get to work, and I'll be back with you. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and I'm not really a huge fan of it. Like, it's okay, but I like the top. From the top, it looks fine. Like, I'm good with this. But from the sides, not so much. It's very plain, and it's very difficult to kind of work in the details that I would like because there's just not really space for it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't put other materials here because of the height of the slabs and stuff like that. So I think I may need to revise this a bit. And there are things that we can do. We could potentially... let me actually get up on top of the bridge so I'm not trying to swing my axe in the water. We could potentially do up here, instead of slabs, we could potentially do stairs there instead. And that could work, possibly. Let's just get our slabs back that we dropped into the water. I think that's good. So I know I've got some stairs over here. There we go. Let's just grab those. And we could potentially go like that up at that level. And I think that's good. And then we'd want to do the same here as well, I think. Maybe, or maybe right there we do like a little transition like so. The hard part is I would really like to have a fence up here. So maybe what we need to do... Maybe what we need to do is put a block here and then bring fences across like that, which is going to be a little funky right at this. Actually, that might work. Nah, I don't like that. That's not smooth. It's not a smooth enough transition. You know what I mean? Like the shape kind of gets ruined doing it that way. You don't get that nice gradual slope that we want. Like we could do stairs like this. Well, not like that, but we could do stairs maybe like this. I'm trying to think of how we could do this. Although right here, we don't necessarily need stairs. We could maybe get away with full blocks like this, and then we could put that down. And that re-emphasizes that nice shape. So that might work. And then these upper levels, we could put like oak fences or something. Speaking of which, I don't have any at the moment, but I can make some easily enough. Let's just make some sticks. I need storage space. I'm very low on storage space right now. Okay, here we go. So let's go like that. And then let's make some oak fences like so. There we go. And let's just see what we think of something like that. How does that look from over here? It might look a little funky because we don't have fences along there. I think that could work, though. Like, that's not bad. That's not bad. Another option would be right here. We could maybe just put a full block down, which is going to look a little funky right there, but then we could connect the fences in. Looking at it, though, I think I'd prefer this. Maybe? Or maybe, even better, maybe right there we put a half slab. How's that look? That looks funny. Nope, not doing that. Decisions. Like, this is where it gets a little challenging. It gets kind of finicky, and you have to kind of play around with stuff and figure out how you want to do it. I think maybe right here we put a upside down stair like that. That doesn't look bad. Yeah, maybe we just do this. Maybe we go here like that. Let that kind of do its thing. We could do away with this, I think. Do something like that should work. And then we just have the fences on the top layer. That might be our best bet. What if we get rid of this? How does that look from the side? Actually, that looks pretty good. I think I like that best. So let's copy this over to the other side and see what we come up with. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good so far. So now I think what we need to do is kind of cap some of these things off. Now, I wish I had brought some dark oak with me, but I think maybe we'll be all right just using spruce slabs. And we can just put some kind of capstones up here, if you will, right? Just kind of like that. Just to kind of cap off these pillars a bit. And I think that will work out just fine. There we go. So that seems pretty good. Let's take a look at it from over here, see what we think. Yeah, that looks all right. That's not super bad. I think it works. It'll do. It'll do quite nicely. And it's a real simple bridge, but I think it'll do what it needs to do. Because you can obviously ride a horse over this and all that kind of other stuff. And I think it fits within the theme of and the kind of everything of Woodsong. I think it's a very fitting bridge for Woodsong. Now, other options. What else could we do here? Potentially, here's a thought. What if we were to make some trapdoors? And because there's a couple areas here where, like right here, for example, this kind of isn't. Oh, almost missed that. There's a couple areas where the wood isn't sticking up, and I don't think I like that. So I'm thinking like here and here, where it would be even with this. We'll put just a trapdoor there, since basically I have essentially spruce trapdoors in my texture pack. The other option would be here. We could maybe do something like this to kind of just emphasize that arch and make that little bit just a tiny bit higher than these edges. I think I like that. That's actually quite nice. Yeah, let's do that. I think this should finish it off, right? If we just do that. Like, just to kind of re-emphasize that shape a little bit. That could be very good. And potentially, I want to try bringing these up one more and capping them off and see if that'll work or if that's too high. That is too high, I think. I think that's too much. And that's okay. We can easily revert that change. Or, here's another thought. What if we were to do spruce stairs kind of sticking out like so? How does that look? That might work. Or we could possibly do that facing the other way, right? Like this. And then we can put a oh, we can't put torches on the sides of stairs. That's right. That's a thing. I'm thinking I think we go with the slab. Of all the things I've tried, I think that's the one that I like the best. So let's just go like so. Beautiful. All right, so that seems to be pretty good. Now, we do need to kind of work on the path a little bit and do a little bit of kind of basic terraforming, if you will. And I've got a whole bunch of extra materials and things like that I don't really need right now. So let's just grab... let's grab a little coarse dirt to finish off the pathway. Although I will have to go back and add some stuff to it. But that's okay. We got some grass, and I don't think it makes sense to have the grass, like, right here. Or the sand right here, I should say. I think, like, I feel like this should be grass. So let's get rid of this sand over here. We'll just kind of fill all of that in. And probably right there as well, this gravel definitely needs to go, because that's driving me crazy. Maybe something along those lines. I'm not going to terraform this entire little chunk, I don't think, but I just want to do a little bit of it. Like over here, this all needs to go as well. So let me get some of this work done, and then I'll come back to you. All right, guys, I am back. So the area, I think, is cleaned up a bit. We got the grass in place. There's going to be jungle slabs right here, and I'll, mix this up a little bit better as well. I'm kind of thinking maybe here we'll end up going with coarse dirt again, just so it kind of, the pathway kind of, like, broadens out into the bridge a bit, if you know what I mean. Because right here it's... 3 wide, but then the bridge is 5 wide. I think that makes more sense. And then ultimately, this road will connect up over this way and probably run into this, where it'll go up into Woodsong. So there we go. I'm actually pretty happy with this. It's very simple, but it gets the job done, and it means that we don't have to. It means that the towns are now pretty much properly connected up. The only difference being that over at the Regnum side, we need to create the drawbridge, because there's going to be walls around Regnum, and there'll be like a gatehouse that comes along this road with an extended drawbridge, and that drawbridge is going to go right here. I've actually got it marked out with this cobblestone, right? So we still need to do that, and the walls are going to be one of the last things that we do in Regnum. But other than that, the whole place is all connected up and everything. So let me get this stuff all put away, and I'll come back to you. All right, guys, I am back, and I've got everything all put away, and it's time for us to jump into the comment or question of the day. This one's from Attack Cadillac, and it says, technologically, how far along would you say the world of kingdoms is? You think you will ever implement railways between individual kingdoms? Or is it supposed to be a medieval fantasy world? So let's talk about that a little bit. Also, I do want to say I am backlogging right now because at the time you're watching this video, I'm actually on a trip to Wisconsin. So this comment is not taken from the previous video, but instead it's taken from the one where we talked about why we all play Minecraft. But anyway, so... how far along is kingdoms technologically? I would say it's definitely a medieval fantasy world for sure. So I never have any intent of doing like a modern kingdom's house or anything like that. I don't think it would fit within the theme. But I do think that it would be like if you could find a way to work it into the lore, as far as the like railways, for example, I think it would be possible to do railways in a fantasy manner and setting. If you look at, like, for example, Final Fantasy, right, which has like airships and kind of steampunky stuff. I think it would be possible to work it in a fantasy environment and explain stuff like that by adding, say, like magic to the lore, and say, you know, we've got these trains and they're powered by magic or something like that. So I would say the time period is kind of a variety of different things for this world, going all the way back to ancient history up to maybe like Victorian / early pre-industrial revolution. At the latest, I wouldn't want to do anything more recent than that, and even the Industrial Revolution type stuff would really be pushing it. But I think maybe we could find a way through some creative storytelling to explain stuff like that in the lore and still incorporate stuff like that into the world. So, like, I think I could justify railways if I had any desire to build railways. Now, with that said, I don't really want to do railways just because I like paths, I like roads, and I like using the paths and the roads, because as you're walking along them, you can get kind of immersed in the world and, you know, take in all the sights and stuff like that we've built over the episodes of this series. So that's kind of where that stands. Good question, though. Thank you for that one. And I look forward to reading your comments on the last video. I'm actually really excited to read those. I think that was a great video with a great discussion, and it hasn't come out yet for me, so I haven't had a chance to read the comments, but I'm looking forward to it. So guys, that is going to do it for me for this episode. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it. It really helps out my channel. Thank you so much for your long-running support on this long-running series. As for me, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Links in the description down below. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.